hard work does not get you across the jungle alone. So just focusing on hard work will not get you across the jungle to your first million. There are literally a billion people or more in this world working hard every day. I've been to India. There's people working for $14 a month, picking up trash 10, 12 hours a day. Okay? Do you think they're on their way to making their first million? No. They're stuck in a system. They're stuck in a poverty cycle. They're stuck in a very, what's the word we want to do about India or Bangladesh or many countries? Lopsided, we'll call it. Now, it's getting better in some of these countries, but you can't just tell these people, oh, work harder. Hard work will get you to first million. But that doesn't mean hard work's not important, okay? It just means hard work is misunderstood. So here's the way to think about it. It's very simple. I'll tell you a story. Never found out if this story was true. My mentor, second mentor, Alan Nation, used to tell this story all the time. He said a plane crashed in Colombian jungle. Speaking of, he literally used this jungle analogy. Maybe that's where I got this rule of the jungle thing. So, a plane crashes. Boom, it's full of engineers going to an engineering conference. And these engineers were hardworking, they were sharp. So no one's killed in the crash. They know they're only about 25 miles from help, but they're in the middle of the jungle. Luckily, there was a whole bunch of machetes because they're in a thick jungle, crashed. They find the airplane was prepared for just a moment like this and had put 50 machetes in the storage bin. So they pull the machetes out and they go, we're going to get help. You guys stay here. There's a few injured people. You guys stay here. So they go, and they're engineers. So they're hard workers. They look at each other. They go, before we go, let's do a little 5-minute exercise on how to properly chop with your machete. So they like 45-degree angle, and you got to work hard, and you have to swing at least 100 times per minute. And so they just went and they did all this. Hardworking people. Very precise. And that represents most of society. Hard at work at their job. Your parents probably were hard workers, okay? Grandparents probably were too. Maybe you are. But maybe your grandparents and your parents never got through the jungle. They never got to their first million. And here's why. One person who was on that plane was not an engineer. And that person crawled up a tree while everybody else was out chopping their way to help. And this person yelled down at him. He said, hey guys, I got bad news for you. I got good and bad news. The good news is you're doing a great job. You're really hard workers. You're really making progress headed to the north. I mean, you're making a line through the jungle. You're opening it up with your machetes. You're going to cut 25 miles in no time of path. But he said the bad news is you're going the wrong direction. Help, I can see it. It's to our south. You guys are chopping to the north, baby. I can see help. I climbed up this tall tree. Help is to the south. And everybody was mad down there. They're like, oh, who is this person? Making us feel like we wasted our time. Well, that's the perfect metaphor of what we have going on here. What's going on here is that you have been trained by society to be a robot. You work hard, get a college degree, go out into the workforce, show up to work, be loyal, blah, 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 and you're going to get financial security. Maybe in the 50s that worked. It doesn't work anymore. Doesn't work anymore. Probably didn't even work back then, but definitely doesn't work now. You have to be smart. This goes back to rule number 2, pick well. So if you're one of those people that have been indoctrinated on hard work, let me tell you where it is true. So if you're going in the right direction, then you need hard work. You see, once you get the right business idea, once you start getting wealth coming into your bank account, then you want to turn on the hard work button. It's almost like you need 2 buttons in your brain. You need the experimenting, find the smart answer part, And then you need, once you've locked that in, you need the turbo hard work mode. The problem is society only teaches you the hard work mode because in many ways our system is set up to make you an automaton, to make you if you look at our modern school system, it was really came about during the time in the late 1800s, Germany. You know, you had an industrial complex that Germany created under the Kaiser. You see it in World War I and World War II. It created soldiers. It created factory workers. Everybody fell into line and was disciplined. And you weren't supposed to think about what the right thing was. You weren't supposed to work smart. You were just supposed to work hard on whatever the man told you to do. And that system has carried forward to this day. And so you're going to have to reprogram yourself to go, I only work hard once I figure out what actually will work for me. Okay?